Hi guys, Mrs. Gondwe is back. Monile, moniwalelo, muliwuli, no segumene muli. It's great to have you guys back. So we'll be continuing on Inheritance, part 2. If you haven't watched part 1, please go and check my previous video that I posted earlier this week. So diving straight into it, we're now going to point number 4, which is prepare them to lead. Osaji azingolandila, okay? Ananu kumawapuzisa, leadership starts at home. Charity begins at home. Everything begins kunyumba before they can get out. Some of you might say, but I grew up in an orphanage. It's the same thing. What you are being taught when you are in that comfort zone, when you are then put outside with other people, how do you deal with those people? How do you manage? How do you communicate? How do you respect people that are outside of what you are calling home? So leadership skills, everything starts at home. So teach your kids. Take them to meetings, okay? If you have a niece or a nephew, let them shadow you as a puzila. Guys, it's so important. Giving them small tasks is very, very important. My dad used to take me when I was young, back in the 90s, after school. He would pick me up from school. Instead of going home, I would be at work with him, watching how he does things. I would eat in memo, ndia antu, anchitwao. You know, for me, it was exciting. When I started to remember those experiences, I figured, oh, amandipuzisa communication, amandipuzisa networking, amandipuzisa just how to be helpful around with other people. His secretary ankandipuzisa filing. You know, she would give me a bunch of receipts in Nduzodi. Can you organize these receipts? Gambira by 1 March in Pagana 31. That kind of thing. So organizational skills. You know, I shadowed different people. The only thing that I didn't become was a mechanic, because there were more mechanics around me than there were people of other departments, you know, but it all worked out. I learned how to be an entrepreneur, just having the passion and not giving up when you fall in your entrepreneurship journey as well. It's something that I picked up from my dad. So imagine you are sitting somewhere, let's say in an office, and your child is there. And then you say to your child, sign this check for Mr. So-and-so. And your child is sitting there like, huh? Dad, what are you asking me to do? Oh, Mom, what is it? I don't even know how to sign a check. What is this document? How does it look like? All right? So make them understand. This is how things work. This is how we do things at the company. This is how we make money. This is how we are able to afford this lifestyle immediately in Iowa. If you don't do that, I can guarantee you one thing, that this generational wealth that you believe you are working so hard for and you are building it will end up turning into generational debt, because your kids will not know how to handle it at the end of the day, either as a binyulisa garunduja or as a gurisa. It's that simple. All right, so point number 5 is stop hiding financial information. Wealth without wisdom is a waste. What do I mean when I say stop hiding? Yes, but listen to Zina that you can share. Even the manager or anchiro, you don't share everything. There's certain information that you can take and say, this information ananga adziwe apuzire about the business. So stop with the secrecy. You know, it could just be your child's downfall. Money without knowledge is like giving a car to someone who can drive. So what's the point? Again, you know, it still goes back to teach your kids. Transparency is part of the training. It's really going to work out. And if your children don't know how to maintain the wealth that you are working hard for, they'll end up turning those assets into liabilities. Again, just like I said in my previous point. All right, then we have the will versus the wisdom. A will shares them, yeah? A will is a document where you say, Cha is going to get the house 1, 2, 3. John is going to get 1, 6, 4, 5, and then Peter or George or whoever is going to get etc. So that's a will. The will just shares, but wisdom tells them what to do with what they have received. that you really need to make sure that you don't give up in teaching your kids. They might look like they're not listening, but when you're gone, they will remember what you planted inside them here and here. Then they will be able to proceed. Kuli anthu ena kuti timaona in this day and age kumatawa makolo awo anamwalira kale kale, but look at how they have managed to manage the business. They've managed to grow zimene anawasiyira makolo awo, etc., simply because makolo awo made sure kunena kuti ananga mupuzire how to run these things that take care of you. So let's do the same. This is all about breaking those cycles, guys. We need to break some of these cycles. The majority of the people out there, makolo anawasiyira zinthu zinapezeka kuti sizidziwika kumene zili. Some even achibale came and took those things, you know, in the name of ndana ngono, they won't be able to handle it. So let's make sure that we look into it. I'm gonna do the last part in a part 3 video that I'll share before the end of the week. But thank you so much for tuning in, guys, and have an amazing Easter weekend. Take care, stay safe.